So it's really nice catching up with you again.
Hi.
So would you like to tell us about how MBTI have given you a leverage on your past corporate tenure, and how does it impact for you?
Right. Nice. Nice to kind of get to this, Ramona. So my entire experience around using personality profiling have been for last 20 years or so. I have handled many tools. I've had the opportunity to go through MBTI, DISC, Harrison's, and a lot of the other tools. The reality about these tools, all these tools are there to support us manage complex situations in the workplace. So MBTI personally is one of the best tools that I ever come across. Well, I'm MBTI certified, so I have more preference towards MBTI. However, there are other tools that are available that works equally or sometimes better than MBTI. So there's no right or wrong tool really to use for any situation in a workplace, whether it's about intact team or interface effectiveness, or if you are looking for a team to grow and to get to next phase of the growth, what are the kind of stuff that you can do, interventions. So you can use any tool that is available. So today we will talk about MBTI, but there's always opportunity for us to look for other tools out there.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Yohan, for that great insight. So with that insight, Yohan, so how Sri Lanka has looked into these kind of personality preferences testing or tools? How does corporate actually go on to look into these, and what are the available tools for corporates to actually absorb at this time?
Right. So if you really look at Sri Lanka right now, Sri Lanka is in a really important place right now. Amazing opportunity going forward. Regime change, coming back from kind of recession, trying to recover. So it's an opportunity for a lot of the corporates to look for opportunities to grow. Right? I'm in touch with a lot of the corporates, part of my consulting or part of my recruitment. I know they all have ambitious plans. So, however, the reality of growth, I'm also stemming from my UK side of experience. I'm bringing that in. I can see when you really want to get to the next stage of growth, you really need to build capacity in your organization to that level that you aspire. So let's say if you want to double a business from today, whatever, to X number, which means you need to build the organization to be able to cater to that. So part of that is how geared your teams are. The great thing about MBTI, if I really talk about MBTI is a tool stemming from personality preferences. So individuals, as all of us, have preferences every day, whether you like blue or red, whether you like left hand or right hand, whatever that is. So you have preferences. How do you kind of utilize your individual preferences in a workplace and also ensure that your least preferred styles are stretched to adequate level where the growth is actually the focus in the workplace. So MBTI works like magic if you apply that concept of preference, managing individual strengths, and also stretching your weaknesses into strengths and helping companies to grow. However, if you look at all the other tools, very similar. Might not be preferences, they might talk about strengths, they might talk about different types of ingredients. So if you look at Harrison, so if you look at DISC, or if you look at Hogan, there are slight variations to that. However, at the end of the day, all of those tools facilitate the same thing.
So Yohan, with that, let's move on to a different perspective regarding teamwork and synergy. So I believe companies are really looking at to keep teams level up, motivated together, to retain them. There's a bit of a challenge. So with these kind of a challenge, how does these personality tests, or probably MBTI or other tools that is available in the market, how companies can actually take up these for their corporate strategies to keep the team synergy and teamwork going on?
Got it. So if you really look at, okay, I'll start with MBTI, then we can stretch to other.
Yeah.
So MBTI is a tool, as I said, it's primarily talking about individual preferences. Individuals prefer a lot of things. So MBTI concept is where when you do a profiling, it gives you either you have extroversion preference to introversion preference, you have sensing to intuition. So likewise, it breaks down to multiple areas. But there is a fundamental of MBTI. It talks about, the first one talks about where do you gain energy. So this whole thing, so that's the most important aspect in MBTI, which applies to an intact team. So when you look at intact team, you need to ensure that you work together, you have energy flowing to one direction. You see like rowing. So when you row, you want your boat to go front, right? So which means everyone has to row towards that direction. So similarly, so energy has to flow towards one direction. That's where the real growth happens. So MBTI, the core focus is around how do you kind of channel the team energy towards one direction. So that's the most, so if you really look at taking that concept to a team, so MBTI helps you to individually assess what your preferences are and also understand what your non-preferred styles. So you like blue, but you don't like red. That's the reality, right? So what does it mean in a team situation? You like blue, let's say I like blue, you like red. So when we start working together, if I don't have an idea that you like red, not blue, I will ensure that I drive that concept of blue is the greatest thing in the world and you have to like it. So what happens with the MBTI is it opens up our mind to this reality of that people prefer different things. And when you work as a team, you need to respect that. First of all, understand what you prefer and understand what others prefer. And then you acknowledge that and work together. So then the power of synergy. Certain things you are good at, certain things other person is good at. So how do you kind of get everything together and go towards one direction? So that's the power of MBTI in a team environment. There are different other implications or applications of MBTI, but team environment, it works amazingly well. But versus MBTI, other tools also do the same thing. DISC, for example, I've gone through DISC, but I'm not a certified DISC trainer. We have a DISC trainer in our academy, so we can actually, if someone prefers DISC, right, we can get the person to use it. So, and Harrison's and Hogan, all these are fantastic tools used for long years. They exactly do the same thing. So helping people to work together, drive towards one direction, use energy to support.